Alright, so we're going to be creating trousers for this character. It's really simple. Just select the character, set the cloth type to trousers, and select new cloth. Position the points, the pelvis, hip, knee, and ankle, and click on generate trouser rig. Now you can position the points, the waist circle where you want it to be, scale it along the y-axis like that. The thigh circle, position it around the thigh, the knee circle. I'm just going to look at it from straight on as well. And scale the circles, fit nicely. And then click on generate trouser. And you'll see a nice pair of trousers here. When you press play, they drop nicely. I'm going to add boots to this. You can pull open the asset browser over here. I have the Divine Boots pack. And we'll pull this into a scene and position it onto the character's foot. If you have your own shoe, you just have to make sure that the word shoe is part of it, and you'll have all the DivineCut functions for it. I'm just going to position the shoe around the foot, scale it, and once it's nice, you can either sculpt the shoe, or in this case, for areas like this where you don't want to sculpt the shoe downwards, you want to adjust the character, click on the character's body, go to the design section and click on adjust body over here. That will bring you into sculpt mode, where you can now sculpt the foot of the character. Let me just change this to random so you can see the different objects. And just sculpt the character's foot into the shoe. So this is good for like high heels and shoes that you don't want to adjust, where you don't want to adjust the shoe, but you need the character's foot to fit inside the shoe. For an area like this, you would want to sculpt the shoe instead, but I'll just sculpt the body as well. Over here. And this is fine. And once you're satisfied, select the shoe and click on Divine Accessory. Okay. So now we'll notice something. When you press play, the trousers go through the shoes. They're not colliding with the shoes. This is a problem. So I'm going to sculpt this area as well. Like that. This is a problem. If you select the shoes and click on Enable Collision, it won't behave nicely because the geometry of the shoe is a bit complex. There's a lot of geometry going on, some are inside faces and the rest. So what you'll do instead is make sure that the mouth of the shoe is covered. So I'll create a face here, or rather undo. We're actually going to create a collider object for the shoe. That's what we're doing. So duplicate the shoe and then press Shift H to hide everything else, and create a face to cover the shoe so that there's no openings or anything. You can delete all this extra geometry and click on Create Shoe Collider, and it will create a collider object for the shoe like this. I'm going to press undo and show you what happens if we don't add a face. If you click on Create Shoe Collider, you can see it acts quite strange, and that's why you have to try to create a face here. If the geometry here does not allow for that, you can add an object like a sphere or anything that will cover the mouth of the shoe. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is fine also. And then join it with the shoe. Press Ctrl J and create shoe collider. That also works. And once you've done this, you can select that shoe collider and press Divine Accessory. And now, when you press play, you'll see the trousers collide with that collider. And that's much better, much less geometry for it to work with. And that's fine. I'll just click on bind to bind this shoe to the rig, and bind here to bind this to the rig so that the rig, let's put this in pose position, so that the rig carries the shoe and the collider. So that's fine. So yeah, that's basically it. For the material of the trousers, I use Simply Material. No, not Simply Material, Simply Fast, which is a pack of materials by Slawa as well. I use this corduroy material, so when you preview in render view, this is how it looks. You can see the settings over here. You can also enable a second subdivision modifier of the trousers to make the seams appear smoother. But yeah, that's basically it. We've got trousers and boots. You can bake the simulation as well. Just come to the first frame and click on Bake 1 to 50, and you will see the simulation of the trousers. Or you can just press play until you get to the last frame and then press Cache Cloth.